What's up, guys? Just wanted to post a new video here. I haven't posted anything in a while. This is my newest bike. It is a 2006 Suzuki DRz400 Supermoto, and this bike is a lot of fun. I just got it actually stock here about, I don't know, a month and a half ago. It's completely stock. I don't think there was anything done to it. It still had pretty much all the stock parts on it. I think the previous owner had two previous owners, and the owner before me chopped the license plate down, but that was about it. So this bike is on. It's undergone a bunch of modifications since I got it. Nothing too major, but still a bunch of different parts. So I'll just walk you around it real quick and show you what all I've done to it. You know, again, nothing major. The engine's never been apart or anything, but done a few things to it. The bike's actually really dirty. I just got back from a trip last weekend. Rode it about 500 miles up on the Blue Ridge Parkway and haven't had a chance to clean it yet, so sorry about that, but it's a dirt bike. Doesn't really matter too much. So you know, I guess first thing actually I got for it were the Zeta Handguards, and they have the flashers on them. So I'll turn it on, do the turn signals. You can see they flash. They're not super bright, but you know, they get the job done. So anyway, and the bike's also got the Acerbis Supermoto front fender, and it's got a Zeta little brake line clamp. I didn't like the original stamped steel piece, so bought that. I think it was like $16 or something like that. Not too expensive, but it looks a little better than the standard piece. And I put rim strips on it. Some people like them, some people hate them. I think they look pretty good. I also added some pinstripes kind of in with the bodywork. You can see they're not really all that obvious. You don't really realize they're not part of the factory sticker, but it's the same pinstriping as I did the wheels with, so it all matches. And the bike has, actually they're off the front right now because I just got new tires on it, but the bike has Skateboard frame sliders. I took the ones off the front, so sorry about that. Forgot to put them back on. But the bike has a 150 Pilot power in the back, and just the standard size, the 120 up front. Has a MRD Racing Exhaust. It's just the standard one, not the SSW version. I wanted the standard one because it's a little bit quieter. The SSW one is supposed to be obscenely loud, so since I ride this on the street, I need to keep it reasonable. So this one I think is supposed to be under 100 decibels. It's also got a spark arrestor and a silent insert in it. So it's actually pretty reasonable, and I'll start it up here in a second and let you hear it. I got the DRC Edge Taillight. All these are pretty standard modifications. Got the DRC Edge with some little LED turn signals that I got off the internet. I actually had them for a different bike. They're recommended for dirt bikes because they'll pop off easily in a crash. Not that these would really ever hit, but I'll turn these on here in a second. And they're actually really bright. It's not really that obvious in the video, but they're significantly brighter actually than the DRC Edge, and they show up really well day and night. So those are pretty good. They're brighter than the standard turn signals, even though they're a little smaller. So this bike has just over 3,000 miles on it now. It had about 2,500 on it when I bought it. It's a lot of fun. I just got a JD Jet kit, and it runs good right now. I've got a 160 main jet in it, the standard Pilot jet, and I believe I'm using the blue needle on the third clip down, and the adjustment screws set at 2 3/4 turns out, I believe. I think that's the way it's set up. Anyway, it runs pretty good, and I'm at about 1,000 feet elevation, so it runs good. And I may play around with it a little bit more. The carburetor's a pain in the butt to get off, so we'll see. It runs great right now, so I may not even mess with it. But anyway, fire the bike up here and see if I can do this without I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it without setting the camera down, so forgive me. Anyway, that's the bike started up, and give it a little rev here. Probably got, I don't know, 100 miles on the pipe or something like that. I've only had it for about a week. But it sounds really good. It has kind of a nice bark to it, and it still pops about the same amount when you let off the throttle as the stock one does. It's not a lot louder than stock, like to the point of being obscene, but it's noticeably louder. As you can see, the bike runs real well. It starts right up and runs a lot better than it does stock. This bike's also got the 3x3 Airbox mod. You know, again, all the standard mods that you normally do to DRZ. Everything's done to it. But this bike is a lot of fun, and people kind of knock them, kind of laugh at them for being a dirt bike or whatever, but they're a lot of fun. So it handles real nice, and it's for only having 35-36 horsepower, it still goes pretty well. So they're real lightweight, so that kind of makes up for it. The only thing I really wish this bike had, I think everyone that owns one of these would probably agree with me, is I really wish it had a 6th gear. So Suzuki, if you I'm sure you've seen all the boards and everything, but you need to make a 450 Supermoto with a 6-speed, and I think they'll sell like crazy. Because this thing, it's sort of wound out at 65-70 miles an hour. It'll handle it okay, but it doesn't like it very much. So anyway, that's all. Hopefully I'll get a couple other videos up today, but it's not a particularly nice day, but the rain's stopped, so I figured I'd come out and throw a quick video of the bike up. Thanks for watching.